Hi guys, welcome. So if anyone has joined in, if not, then you can check out this video later on. So this has been a very happening week for me, first of all. So I'll tell you how is my throat was better, so I was able to do a lot of ES6 lectures. Yes, and it is very close to completion except for three topics that are remaining. That's strings, regular expressions, and modules. And apart from that, I think there are around 40 lectures which are already recorded. So more than 7 hours of content is what I'm aiming for. Now, that being said, that's from the ES6 perspective. Apart from that, I did a lot of exercise this week, which means I went running regularly for the last 6 days, and I think that takes a lot of courage to be consistent. And yesterday morning, when I wasn't able to get up, I was like, "What is my motivation to go out? What should I do to go out?" And then it struck me that not looking fat is one of the things that should motivate me to go out, and that's why I went out. However, the same applies to our JavaScript and React JS course. There are many students who have very well flown through the course and probably cruised into the 100% mark, but there are many who haven't even started the subject. So for all of those students, what I would like to request is think, what is your motivation? Think, why do you want to learn JavaScript in the first place? And if it is important for you, give it your time, because time is the best investment that you can do in anything. And it doesn't matter if you get it 100% in first kick. It may not happen. You may have to do it twice, thrice, or probably dig more. In fact, that's how you build up your own stamina around anything, including your fitness or probably your subject expertise. So my only suggestion is do, and then once you do it, you will feel more comfortable. So face your fears head on, and that's the best thing I would advise. So that was my motivation of not looking fat being the only thing to exercise. Now, what is your motivation? So if well, I will be sending out the communication. Let me know in your comments on what is your motivation, what keeps you going. It may not be only fitness, it may not be only JavaScript, it may be something that you work regularly. Probably you are in a research field, or you're a student. Probably you have a girlfriend. I don't know what's your motivation. So let me know your motivations. I'll love to read about it, and in fact probably get motivated myself. And that being said, if you are motivated enough, start the JavaScript course today itself. If you're at 0%, take a picture. If you are at 10% after the end of the week, send me that update. I would love to see that. I would love to see your progress. I would love to chat about it. I will want you to ask me more questions. Be as intuitive as a child is. Like a 5-year-old given a subject like JavaScript or a React JS, ask me that kind of questions. It's okay. It's okay to be silly questions. So that was my motivation speech. I don't know if you get it, but give it a shot. I think the best thing to do is just go and do it. And have yourself a target for like 30 minutes or 45 minutes, or probably in the train, or while you're taking your lunch break. Whatever works best for you, just try to give it some time, because practice makes a man perfect. Of course, nobody is perfect, but it can get you closer to perfection than to stand out there. So give it a shot. Let me know your comments in the motivation. Let me know your progress. If you have done like 15 lectures in this week, just shoot me a message, or probably in the announcement you can let me know, or in the YouTube video comments, wherever it fits feed. That being said, that was about the motivation and etc. Now the next thing is the questions. So this week there were some questions around what should I do next? Will this JavaScript course help me? And do I need to know HTML, CSS? Well, HTML, CSS definitely booms up your credibility to learn any language, because that's like the starting thing for a website. If you know the syntax, you don't have to question it while you're doing the JavaScript, which means your complete focus is on JavaScript if you already know some of the HTML, CSS. And for that, you can easily find many free videos on the internet, either on YouTube or on Udemy. You can do that. So once you have done that, you can go on to JavaScript. Now, JavaScript course that we have lined, it's about 70 plus lectures, and it's got like 12 hours of content. So it's not easy to just watch it like a Netflix or a movie marathon. You need to take breaks. You need to make sure that you study well. You need to practice well. The biggest thing is, whenever I do an exercise, do it side by side on your own machine. So have my window open up, have your code pen or JS bin open up, where you can actually code along with me. So that way you are also practicing yourself. And nothing can teach you more than practicing yourself. Even if you miss a semicolon, you will spend 30 minutes on it to fix it after comparing my code, but then you will realize, oh, this is how it is done. So make sure you practice along with me. And the third thing is, after the course is done, what should I do next? Well, the first thing I would say is, once you're done with the course, try to do some real life application, or just small things, not major things. Like, you can create a small survey, you can create a small, JavaScript feature where you have your display name, just hover over it and things come out. There are many things you can do in JavaScript, but small things, try to give it a shot, think what you can do, you can make things better, or probably, how this is, and ask the questions, do it, and of course there'll be tons of solution. If there's no solution, I'll be happy to work with you on getting the solution. So that's the next step. And of course, once this JavaScript course is done, you can step on to ES6, and that is the major reason I've taken a pause between the React course, React Native, Redux, etc., and trying to do ES6, because a lot of ES6 features can be used to make sure that you code very well, which means your productivity will be boosted up. So try to do that. I think ES6 will definitely help you. That's the next step. And the third thing is, will this JavaScript help you? Will you get a certification? Yes, you will get a certification of completion for the JavaScript course. You can also add it to your resume. You can also demonstrate the the free content that you created as an output. So yes, definitely you will get a certificate of completion, but I would recommend, don't stop there. That's just your first stepping stone. As with the course creation, JavaScript is just the start. When you do the JavaScript basic course, it's a start. There are tons of libraries. When you go for an interview of of a JavaScript technology, I think the basic JavaScript will definitely give you a better confidence, but knowing other languages will help you too, like React, Angular, and even, in fact, Vue.js too. So for React, definitely I've already created a course, but if you want to learn or study other things, you can do it parallelly from the documentation, and I can be personally available to you to guide you. So I know most of the languages, most of the subjects. The only problem for me, the constraint, is to get the videos created in time, because a single course like ES6 takes around 300 to 350 hours of efforts to actually get the course material together, get the publication. So if I'm trying to invest alone as a 300-hour for one course, it gets difficult to create all the subjects. But I can help you anytime and every time, and I think that's my signature, that I can help every student wherever possible. So feel free to write to me either in the Q&A or in the comments, or probably in the message. Just send me a message and I can help you. The next thing is, try to review. So whatever you do, ask the question why, and give the content a review. Say, hey, this course makes sense, or probably this course doesn't make sense, or this lecture is worth the time or not worth the time, so on and so forth. So if you ask those kind of questions, I think I have my first viewer. Hi there. So I hope you have any questions, put it in the comments and I'll address that too. Now, that being said, give the reviews. I think reviews help me as well as yourself. And I think that's the reason that we've got such a massive response to the course, because of the fantastic reviews people have given. So keep doing that. Now, that being said, moving on to React JS. So for React JS, I think people have a lot of questions around React Router. And to address that for once and for all, I think Michael has done a fantastic job in debugging and trying to do things and getting the fourth application work. But it is not yet complete. So what I would do is, today I'll try to create a video with React Router on that same application, so that any student who has any confusion, problems on working with React Router, it should be available to you. Now, I've already done a video on React Router, which you can access it from the previous announcement or probably on the YouTube. You can see what the React.js video is, understand what it is, the React Router, and if you still have questions, that should be a starting point for you. But if you still have questions, the next video should address it. And if you have anything that you want me to cover in that video specifically, feel free to write to me in the comments. So I'll look into it and I'll make sure that I cover that topic as well. That was about React.js. The next thing is the survey. So as you remember, I have conducted a survey where I've asked my students to, give me feedback on the next course that they would like to learn. So I've got very good responses. The popular ones are, of course, the Redux.js, AngularJS, and Node.js. So I have already written an ebook. It's kind of going to be free, but I don't know if I will get time to actually record the videos for AngularJS. But if you need to refer to it, you can very well. It's a WIP, so a work in progress item. So you may not see everything fit in there, but it's a very good starting point if you want to, because I actually, when my throat wasn't good, I collected a lot of documentation around it. The next is, of course, the Redux.js. Redux is very easy. In fact, Redux and Mobex, these are the two state management technology or terminologies, JavaScript libraries that have come around with React JS. So I will try to do these videos because these are going to be very short videos or short courses, probably a couple of examples that we will try to do. So I think this is a popular demand too. And the third one is, of course, Node.js along with Express, and so that you can create your Node.js application altogether. Now, again, Node.js itself is a big subject, which means it'll take more than 100 plus lectures and at least 10 to 15 hours of video. So that's a very long and lengthy process that we will have to go through. So what we will do is, let's try to do Redux is what my thought process is. But if you still have any suggestions, let me know in the survey, so that before I start any course, I can have the better gist on what you people want to study, so that we can study together. Now, other than that, I don't think so there were any questions as such, but any trivia or fun fact, let me know. And I think that was it from this live video session. If you still have any questions, feel free to write in the Q&A section or in the comments, and I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you so much.